Welcome to my channel, dear friends. It's a pleasure to have you with me again for another thoughtful conversation. I deeply believe that words, when chosen wisely, can shift a mindset, open a window, or even change a life. But before we dive into today's topic, I want to ask you for a small act of support. If you find value in what we share here, please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and share this episode with your friends. Learning together makes the journey lighter, and your support helps others find the content more easily. Now, today's episode is going to be a deep dive into something that touches all of us: technology. How it influences our habits, reshapes our communication, transforms education, and even rewrites the future. I'll be joined again by my thoughtful student, James. So let's begin.
Hi, Miss Elena. I'm really glad we're talking about this. Lately, I feel like technology is everywhere, in the way I wake up, study, eat, sleep, even think. It's starting to feel less like a tool and more like a shadow following me.
That's a poetic way to describe it, James, and not inaccurate. Technology, for many of us, has become an inseparable part of existence. But shadows, as you know, can be either shelter or darkness. It depends on how we stand in the light.
Wow, that's deep. But really, I struggle with it. I use my phone for everything: classes, research, notes, communication. But then I end up distracted, jumping from one app to another, and I lose track of what I was doing. It's like my attention is split into 100 little pieces.
You're describing something psychologists now call digital fragmentation. Our brains, unlike machines, thrive on focus. When we multitask digitally, we actually reduce our cognitive efficiency and increase stress. And yet, the design of most apps encourage this behavior. They want your attention. It's currency in the digital economy.
So I'm not weak or lazy. It's literally designed to be addictive.
Exactly. There are teams of behavioral scientists behind the most engaging platforms. They study how long you pause on a screen, what colors make you click, which sounds hold you longer. That's why digital literacy today isn't just about using a device. It's about understanding how it's using you.
That sounds scary. Is there a way out of it?
Yes. It begins with awareness, then choice. Start by identifying your most valuable time of day, your mental peak. Protect that time. No social media, no distractions. Use it to create, study, or reflect. Build what's called a deep work habit, an uninterrupted flow of attention. Over time, this rewires the brain for focus.
That's powerful. But what about relationships? I feel like even when I'm with friends or family, we're all on our phones. It's like we're physically together, but mentally elsewhere.
That's one of the quiet tragedies of modern life. We are more connected, yet more alone. Real intimacy comes from presence, being mentally and emotionally engaged. One thing I often suggest to my students is to have tech-free zones or sacred hours. For example, no phones during meals or no screens after 9 p.m. This small boundary restores something essential: human depth.
It's funny. Technology was supposed to bring us closer, but sometimes I feel like it's building walls instead.
Indeed, but it doesn't have to. When used intentionally, technology becomes a bridge to knowledge, to people, to creativity. For example, you're using it now to learn English, to listen, to think critically. That's a beautiful use of it.
True. I've discovered so many new ideas through podcasts, audiobooks, even virtual museums.
Exactly. It's not about rejecting technology. It's about curating your digital life. like a gardener choosing which plants to grow and which weeds to remove.
And what about younger people? Kids. I have a little sister who's 8. She's glued to YouTube and games. I worry about her brain, her attention, even her self-esteem.
That's a real concern. Childhood is a time of neural development. When screens dominate, it can affect language, empathy, and even motor skills. But again, it's not about banning technology. It's about guiding it. Children need engaged parenting, safe content, and balanced activities. A simple walk in nature can stimulate more brain activity than hours of screen time.
Wow. I didn't think about it that way. I should spend more time talking with her, not just watching stuff with her.
Exactly. Even asking questions like, "What did you like about that video?" or "How did it make you feel?" opens emotional dialogue. Tech can become an entry point, not an escape route.
And what about the future? With AI getting stronger, do you think we're heading to a point where machines replace most of what we do?
That's a question many fear. But here's my belief. Machines can simulate intelligence, but they lack consciousness. They can process data, but not feel wonder. That's our gift. So yes, some jobs will vanish, but new roles will rise. Roles that require human traits, creativity, empathy, leadership, storytelling.
So the best way to prepare for the future is to become more human.
Beautifully said, James. Yes, more human, more reflective, more resilient. Learn to work with technology, not under it. Let it amplify your voice, not replace it.
This conversation really opened my eyes. I was drowning in digital noise, and now I feel like I can breathe again with purpose.
I'm truly proud of your growth, James. It takes courage to question the familiar. And to everyone listening, thank you for sharing this space with us today. If this episode brought you insight or peace, please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share this podcast. You never know who might need this message. A student, a parent, a friend. Let's spread awareness with intention, not just information with noise. Until next time, stay mindful, stay human, and keep learning.